Okay.
Just how I like. Just how I like. That's all I gotta say about it.
Hey, Mike, or excuse me, hey, Caleb. So stoic. In January, very stoic. I saw a brief moment of joy when you proposed to your wife in January. Congratulations to you guys. You just told me you guys got a date set. How do you relax? How do you decompress? I know boxing, you mentioned this is your whole life for 18 years. You're so super focused, but how do you relax?
At home, I like movies, I like chilling, and, but even then, I just feel like my mind's always on boxing. I relax and decompress when all the bills is paid off. Until then, I focus on the task at hand, so.
Why didn't you take your eyes off him? The first time you faced off, it was the longest face-off I've ever seen, like 3 minutes.
We could still be standing up there staring at each other for all care. I'm not turning away. So he turned away first in New York. He turned away first here. He said, that's all you interested in winning the staring contest? I'm mentally starting to break him. Did he last as long staring at me today as he did in New York? No. And he's just so naive that he doesn't even realize that he's already starting to get mentally broke. But that's okay, because come July 20th, he's going to find out firsthand because he's getting knocked out.
Is there anything about him that concerns you going into the fight? You studied him, you know what he can do, you know what you can do? Anything?
He's undefeated, he's a bigger guy, he's moving down, he's looking to take my belt, everything that I worked for my whole entire life. I've said before that people who've tasted defeat once, it's easier for them to taste it again. He's never tasted that. He don't want to taste it for the first time, especially in a fight of this magnitude on the stage that we're on. So I know what's at stake. I know what he's bringing to the table. But just like Jose, just like anyone else in this weight division, it's not enough.
How has life changed for you, Caleb, since becoming a champ?
Just you guys poking these cameras in my face, finally catching up to what I've known all along. And that's that I'm the best in this weight division. So other than that, as far as how I walk, talk, or carry myself, nothing's changed for me.
Where do you have the belt at home?
We have it in the living room. Yeah, we have it in the living room. But it's not something that I just bask in and think about every day, because this belt, sitting around staring at this belt and thinking about how good I did in January, it's not going to help me defend it. It's not going to help me win another. So as proud of this thing as I am, I wear this belt. This belt doesn't wear me.
Were you training in Vegas? Were you training in Vegas before the fight?
Yes, this fight is dedicated to my mother. All my fights are dedicated to my daughter, so this fight will be dedicated to my daughter as well, but also my mother. But most importantly, as I said in New York, this fight is dedicated to myself.
What do you think about the super middleweights right now? The landscape, Callum Smith, Benavidez.
I think the super middleweight division is the hottest that it's ever been. I feel like the names and the competition and just the way that the division is sitting right now, it's in the best state that it's ever been, and it's a great time to be in boxing, especially with PBC joining forces with Fox, with this massive platform, this beautiful platform for people like myself and other great world champions to display their talents. And I'm just excited to bring you guys a show July 20th. So. His coach told him to sit down. I said, yeah, you better listen to him. And that's exactly what he did. The same thing that I seen in him in New York is this is not the guy that beats Caleb Plant. If he thinks that this is a Cinderella story, it is a Cinderella story. The only Cinderella story here is mine. That's it. Nobody else.
How have you kind of dealt with your mother's passing?
I've been in the gym.
How's that? Okay.
I've been in the gym training, working. So I'm 170, I'm 177, 178 right now. Bernard Hopkins said, do not get 10 pounds above weight. I studied the game. That means don't get 10 pounds above weight.
So the ring's kind of been the refuge.
It's been my refuge my whole life. It's been my sanctuary my whole life. When I would go to the gym, I showed up as a person and as the kid who nobody would want to be. Not you or anyone else in this room would want to be. But when I got to the gym, I got to be somebody who everybody wanted to be. Even at a young age, someone who grown men would look up to and say, wow, look at him, look what he's doing. The boxing gym, boxing doesn't care about what car you pulled up in, don't care what clothes you got in. When you walk through those doors in the boxing gym, all that matters is how dedicated you are and how hard you work. And this bar, she's a jealous lover too though. She's a spiteful lover. If you're not good to her, she's not going to be good to you back. Thus far, as good as I've been to her, that's how she's treated me back.
Why would people not have wanted to have been you as a kid?
Just the financial situation I grew up in, the relationship that my mother and my father had.
Which was, when you talk about the relationship?
A chaotic one. We'll just leave it at that.
Do you have any litigation going now as a result of what happened?
Not right now. No comments on that.
Did you always have the same boxing style since you were a kid?
Well, it's gotten better over the years, of course, and I've continued to sharpen my tools, but I've always been a really athletic kid. I've always been able to run fast and jump high and have fast feet and fast hands and been very coordinated. And I used to fight kind of like a really raw, somewhat Roy Jones when I was a kid. I was just really fast, but me and my dad and Justin Gamber, over the years, we sharpened those tools and that boxing IQ, and I think thus far we've done a pretty good job of putting together a very well-rounded, very dimensional style.
Did anybody try to change it? Did anybody try to change your style?
No. My father started me in this, and then once I turned pro and we linked with Justin Gamber, he was never a person who wanted to change my style. He never tried to change who I am as a person or my style in boxing. Just add to it and sharpen it.
So your dad was the one who introduced you to the sport then?
Yes, and
Did he fight as well?
he did.
Tell us about your amateur.
In the amateurs, out of 117 fights, I'm a Gold Glove national champion. I'm an Olympic alternate. I've had more. By the time he started boxing, I had more international duels than he had fights. So I've been doing this my whole entire life. This is all I've ever done. That's it. And even though boxing will eventually open up other avenues and roads for me, I'm not there yet. Other roads and avenues are what opened up boxing for him. Boxing will open up other roads and avenues for me.
Do you think it's possible for somebody that grew up as comfortably as he did to have what it takes inside to be a world-class fighter?
I don't think that would be fair for me to decide. I don't think it would be right for me to sit here and tell him what he can't go on to do in life, but what I can tell you is he can't beat me, and he won't take this belt from me.
How personal is this fight with you?
As personal as it gets, just like every other fight that I've ever been in is as personal as it gets. I met his manager at the Barclays the night that Deontay fought, and I hope y'all write this down. And he came up to me, he said, "Caleb, this is a big opportunity for us." I said, "Yes, it is." He said, "But it's just business. It's just business. That's all it is." I said, "With all due respect, sir, no, it's not just business for me. It's more than that. This is my livelihood. As I sit up there, this is how I keep food in my belly and a roof over my head. So this is not just business for me. It may just be business for him because he's got acting gigs on the way, or he's selling CBD, or he has other Subway commercials to be in. Or if this doesn't work out, then he can take his financial degree and go on to do something great. And there's honor in all work, So I must commend him for everything that he's accomplished. But we're not talking about acting gigs. We're not talking about selling CBD. We're talking about fighting. I'm bred to do this. I was created to do this."
Caleb, how would you describe the last few months in your life? It's been very whirlwind with your marriage, unfortunately the death of your mother, becoming a world champion, and now being on national television again for the second time. How would you describe the last few months in your life and what that's been like for you?
Just like the rest of my life, ups and downs. When you're in the hospital bed and they have you hooked up.
I'm pointing at them.
When you're alive.
Appreciation.
Do you ever hear people tell you to go to MMA?
More times than we could all count on our fingers and toes.
Religion have any part in
Yes, I believe in God. I believe that's what my daughter is. I'm not sure what color he is. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman or just a bright light. But I know that there's a God. And I know that my daughter's in heaven. And I know that my mother's somewhere close.
What would be a good fight for you? What would be a good fight? A good conclusion to the fight? Is it a knockout? Is it just winning the belt by
Mike Lee's
decision?
getting knocked out.
I'm sorry?
Mike Lee is getting knocked out.
I didn't hear you.
Mike Lee is getting knocked out.
Okay. That's a good fight. That'd be a good fight.
Caleb, Billy Joe Saunders recently moved up. What are your thoughts on that? How do you look? Where does he fit in the division?
I'm not really sure. Right now, my eyes are focused on July 20th. Mike Lee. I don't care about any other fighter in any weight division. I don't care about who has belts and who don't. I care about Mike Lee. That's it.
Mike Lee's
about that fight with me and him.
Mike Lee's coming up, down from 175. Is that good? Advantage, disadvantage for you? Doesn't matter.
Mike Lee's getting knocked out.
Left hook, right hand.
It doesn't matter. Mike Lee's getting knocked out.
What's the best tool in your toolbox?
All the ones that I sharpened. That's all of them.
All of them?
Yeah. When I need a jab, I got a good jab. When I need a left hook, I got a good left hook. When I need a right hand, I got a great right hand. When I need to move, I got great footwork. Defense, I got great head movement.
When you
need a fly green jacket, you got it too.
In a fight, when you sense, and I don't know if this has happened, I'm just kind of asking a question. When you sense adversity or you get punched, how long does it take you to respond? Is that instantly, or do you have to kind of calculate a plan to respond? Or talk to me about that. Being in danger in a fight.
It just depends on the moment. You know, we can all sit here and I could ask you, well, what would you do if you got in a street fight? And it'd be easy to sit here and tell me exactly all the things you would do until somebody came up behind you and cracked you square in your shit. And then, you know,
things change. Plans go out the window, right?
Yeah. So, you know, everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face, but everyone else has got a plan until they miss their first 40 punches as well. So it goes both ways. It just depends on that moment. It depends on how hard the shot is or where it hit you at, if it was in the body or the head, where you're at in the fight. I mean, there's so many variables that it'd be hard to just say, you know, give you one direct answer.
I commend you, big guy. I commend you. I love the stoicness. I love the focus that you have. I talked to your wife, or future wife, I talked to your pops about it. My intent was trying to get you to smile. But I got a little one. I got a little one. But I like your focus. Your focus tells me a lot about you. In January, before the fight, after the fight, today, walking in, your focus is impressive. And I look forward to a good fight in July.
Why Nipsey? Why'd you come out to Nipsey?
Oh, yeah, that was another one.
I've been grinding all my life. Same thing, 18 years straight. He has not. So, I've been grinding all my life.
Appropriate song, right?
Training in Vegas?